What if the key to rebuilding after the January fires was hiding in plain sight? Homes once headed for demolition are now getting a second life. The architecture firm Omgivning is reviving good older homes and relocating them to fire-affected areas to meet communities' present need for housing.
We're joined live in studio by creative director Morgan Sykes Jaybush. Thank you so much for being here.
Sure, thank you for having me.
Okay, I want to just get this over. Omgivning has a meaning.
Yes, it's a Swedish word that means the way that a space feels.
I love that idea.
Perfect.
Okay, so tell us how earlier this year that you came to think of this and how this could be of help to people.
Sure, so I was in a board meeting with the Santa Monica Conservancy, and one of the things we do is review all the demo permits for the city.
Okay.
And there were so many beautiful, like, sweet houses that were not officially historically designated that we couldn't do anything about.
Especially in Santa Monica, you think of some of the Tudor and beautiful,
Exactly.
yeah.
So it just made me really sad. And then, you see it all the time, but it's different when you have a whole long list in front of you. And then people were talking about doing prefab houses in Altadena or the Palisades, and I thought, well, couldn't this be another way to do prefab? It's something that we used to do in LA, all the time, but it hasn't happened for a long time.
Absolutely. Now, Morgan, the idea is you're taking homes that were built more than 100 years ago, and you're transporting these homes block by block. Now, this is like unimaginable.
I know.
Take us through this process.
Sure, it is crazy to wrap your mind around this.
I'm glad you admit that.
It is. But we figured out a way to, systematically dismantle the houses. So the first two we're doing are, like you said, over 100 years old, 1910, 1911, from Hollywood and Los Feliz.
Okay.
And we're fully dismantling the second floor, so down to every stud. So we're taking all the millwork cabinets, baseboards, crown molding, doors, windows, even down to every single stud is being saved and basically parked downstairs in the ground floor. And then the ground floor itself, we're cutting like slicing a loaf of bread into 4 slices, and each one of those will be put on a truck and trucked out to Altadena.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What do you say? It takes a minute to wrap your head around?
Yes.
I'm visualizing this. It also, though, sounds maybe expensive. What is the cost of this from beginning to
No,
end?
actually, it's not that bad.
All that work?
It's not. It's definitely a lot of work. But when we cost it all out all the way through with taking it apart and then putting it all back together, it's proving to be about half to 2/3 the cost of new construction.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
my
fascinating
goodness.
to me.
And now, Morgan, explain this for us. These aren't just historic landmarks, but just old houses, but good houses. What do you see as the bigger value in preserving these homes?
Well, first of all, it's a really green thing to do because we're not throwing an entire house into a landfill.
Yeah.
But also we're able to keep, this historic or, not officially historic, but old charm from the greater LA area intact and bring it back to neighborhoods where a lot of that has been lost.
Well, I think that's what I love because I'm thinking, when you said the long list in Santa Monica, you're going to Hollywood, it sounds like for the first one, Los Feliz. These are amazing, the bones on these homes and some of the just little intricate details.
Yeah.
And that's what we heard in Altadena is that, they were going to really they didn't want their neighborhood to change the character of it. This will provide character to
Exactly.
them. Yeah. So when we were looking at the numbers, it looks like in the past 5 years, LA's only issued about 8 relocation permits. So there's got to be barriers you're facing here with this.
Yeah, when we started the project, the people, city officials, county officials didn't really know how to handle it because it's not done that often.
Right.
But, I got myself introduced to the head of the building department and the head of planning department, and we figured out exactly what's required. They've been really easy to work with.
Great.
I think the complications are normally people move a house in one entire piece. That's the way it used to be done. But there's some, the traffic has increased and it's really hard when you're doing that to move street lights and cut trees and move power lines, especially going the long distance that we're doing. So this way of, partially dismantling into sections to just put it on a regular wide load truck. We do have to do it at night, but still, we found a way to make it work.
Now, I do have to wonder, with cutting it up and that type of thing, the house was set to be demolished. So is the homeowner paying anything for the bones of the house itself, or they're just paying the relocation?
So the new residents, or the Altadena residents are getting the house, they are paying for the relocation costs. And then we're acquiring the houses from the current property owner for $1.
Oh my gosh.
$1. Oh, that's amazing.
Wow, what a service, right?
Yeah.
And when does this all begin?
So we've been underway for the last 2 months with the first 2 houses, and the first one is going to move in about 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And
Are
you mentioned
nervous?
it's at night.
A little bit nervous. I mean, I'm going to follow it with my car the whole way.
Are you?
Absolutely.
I would be doing that too. Well, get a camera out so we can see how
And
it
it's
all
a crazy
goes.
route too, going from Hollywood like all the way down to Olympic Boulevard.
Oh my goodness.
And then up, across through MacArthur Park to Wilshire, through downtown,
And then
up literally in front of LA City Hall, and then by the Cornfields Park, and then that turns into Huntington Drive, and then straight up Fair Oaks.
Can you imagine when people are
I know.
like, what is going on? Wait, what?
There goes a house.
Absolutely.
Well, Morgan, thank you so much for being with us. It's such a great idea.
Thank you for having me.
For more information on relocating these old homes, you can check out our website, kcalnews.com, and click Seen on TV.
So cool. Looking forward to that.